Welcome to our DNA Markets Forex Broker Review. I'm Noam.
And I'm Justin. We've been comparing Forex brokers for over a decade now, and we've been looking to the latest when it comes to CFD and Forex trends.
DNA Markets has some of the lowest fees we've ever seen in a Forex broker in Australia, and we can't wait to tell you a little bit more about them. All right, Justin, let's get into it. DNA Markets is a relative newcomer in the world of Forex trading. We came across them because we started noticing that there was a broker out there that was advertising fees at about $2.25 per round turn, which was it per round turn or per side? I think it was per side, so $4.50 per round turn, which is incredibly cheap and among the cheapest that we've seen. Maybe let's delve into DNA Markets and why we really like them. All right, Justin, so starting with the first category of fees, what can you tell the guys back home about their offering and why they're so attractive?
Okay, there's a number of fees that every broker will charge, but there's really two main fees. The first is the spread, and the second is the commission rate. And this is on a raw style account, which is what all professional traders trade with. The standard account's more for beginner traders. So it's this commission rate where the most fees are actually, worn by the trader. So it's the first thing you should be looking at. And as Norm said, DNA Markets are offering $2.25 per side. Now, just to give you a bit of context here, a very competitive broker would generally be charging $3.50. Some brokers obviously are charging more than that, like $5. So think of that, $3.50 we consider to be a good commission. This is $2.25. So that is a significant difference, and no broker in the world is charging a lower commission rate. And that is a headline fact. So we've actually done an analysis of winning and losing traders and what really matters to them, and fees is the number one. So we've got a low commission rate, and then the second point is the spreads. And as a ECN style broker, which allows you to trade with liquidity pools and other banks, they've generally got very low spreads. So spreads are as competitive as most of the major brokers. Not significantly cheaper, not significantly more expensive, pretty much on par. So that's what you'd expect because everybody has the same kind of liquidity pools, a similar technology stack, but with that low commission rate, that's why we like DNA Markets and why we're talking about them today.
Okay, so that's the first category, fees, and obviously they are well ahead of most in the industry. Let's talk about trading platforms. They offer all the majors, but do you want to maybe go into specifically the types of trading platforms that DNA Markets are hosting?
So not all, this is a key thing, it's not all the trading platforms. So if you're going to get the lowest fees, there are going to be some trade-offs. And the major trade-off here is that they've just chosen two platforms, the two most popular ones. So MetaTrader 4, which is the most popular Forex trading platform, and MetaTrader 5, which is the most popular CFD trading platforms. So if you're looking just primarily to trade Forex, just go for MT4. If you're looking to trade other things like crypto, shares, commodities, etc., that's when MT5 is more normally used by those types of traders. Now there's a lot of other trading platforms around, such as TradingView, which is my personal preference. They do not offer that, and that's no surprise because offering 5 or 6 trading platforms has a significant cost associated with it. So they're saying, look, we're a no-frills broker, we're going to charge you a lot less, but you're going to have to just go down this kind of narrow aisle that we're pushing you down, and it's MT4, MT5. Not a real concern. Most traders are used to that, but it is an offset. But if you're happy with those, they offer all the kind of features that you're looking for within that technology stack.
Yeah, so I guess their value proposition, as Justin's mentioned, is their low fee. Right? There are only maybe a couple of brokers out there in the market that really like headline low fees as their key value proposition. This is definitely DNA Markets' value proposition. All right, so we've discussed fees, we've discussed platforms. Let's discuss regulation, because this is an important one if people are to kind of avail themselves of the low fees that DNA Markets are offering.
So as a low fee one, rather than trying to get regulated around the world in the US, Canada, UK, what they've really done is they've just gone for one tier 1 regulator, and that's ASIC. So obviously the Australian regulator is considered one of the best reputation, very strong controls. What it means is that retail traders in Australia especially can only get up to 30-to-1 leverage on a retail account, but they can actually get up to 500-to-1 if they qualify for a professional account, which has a few requirements to do so. It also means that things like negative balance protection, so you can't lose more than your deposit. That's a big feature, and that they segregate funds away from the broker. So your any trader's money, they segregate into a separate fund just in case the broker runs into any trouble. So there's a lot of protections that ASIC offers, and what this means is that you can get peace of mind when it comes to DNA markets. We strongly would recommend avoiding any broker that doesn't have at least one tier 1 regulator. So DNA can be trusted, even though they do offer such ridiculously lower commission rates than the other brokers.
And they do have like an offshore license that they can onboard like traders through. We've done some analysis, and the fees that they charge through their offshore entity are not as cheap as they are in Australia. So if you are Australian, lucky you. I know they are working on it. Look, they're a very, very new brand, and they are just getting started. But at the moment, if you're a trader based in Australia, $2.25 per side is incredibly cheap. All right, Justin, we've discussed fees, we've discussed platform, we've discussed regulation. The next topic that I wanted to cover with you was their customer service. You did quite an extensive analysis of DNA Markets. How did you find their customer service?
So I was pleasantly surprised on this one. As we said, low fees, I was expecting the worst. The truth is their live chat, they respond to me within 30 seconds every time. I had a few teething problems and a few technical questions. They could always answer it every single time. So the opening process was straightforward, as is normally the case with an MT4 and an MT5 setup. But just as I was trading and trying to fund my accounts, things like this, knowledgeable customer service, I called them up once, answered pretty much straight away. The person was from Australia, which was a pleasant surprise, and once again was actually a trader herself. So, which is very great to have. So, look, generally, you got your email, your live chat, and your call center. So you've got, it's on par with most of the other brokers that we compare. So yes, you expect to have for this area to be a bit less than what it was. So I was pleasantly surprised when it came to their customer service.
Okay, so that was customer service. The last topic that I wanted to cover, or the last area that I wanted to cover, was DNA Markets' range of markets that they offer traders. What do you think about their range of markets?
I thought they were excellent. I mean, the real core area is their cryptocurrency offering. So, most brokers will offer crypto, but just the majors, they've got all the exotics, and still the spreads on the exotics are really low. So, the crypto is good. Most of the major and minor forex pairings are all there. Even some of the exotics, which was once again a pleasant surprise. Most of the shares, commodities. So most of the things that 99% of traders are looking for, you can trade as a CFD on DNA Markets. So, as I said, the core strength is their crypto, but generally when it comes to forex, shares, commodities, indices, it's all there, and it should meet your needs. Okay,
so I'll just summarize it very quickly for everyone back home. When it comes to range of markets, we thought that their service was pretty excellent. They have all the instruments that everyone's interested in trading, huge range of markets when it comes to crypto, when it comes to CFDs, and obviously, all the standard, forex, currencies, commodities, and stuff like that is also offered. Their customer service, you found them to be very, very excellent. I must be honest, I haven't really done an assessment on my own, but if you're telling me that the person you spoke to on the other end of live chat was a trader and was able to answer all your questions inside 30 seconds, that's pretty epic.
And the same with David. So David in our team is hard of hearing, so he uses live chat and email a lot more. He got all the answers he was looking for. So once again, big tick when it comes to this area for a low-cost broker.
Okay, the next area that we covered was regulation. They are heavily domiciled in Australia. They're regulated by ASIC, and if you are an Australian trader, lucky you, because it basically means you can get the very low fees that DNA markets are known for. When you're trading in Australia. If you're offshore, you're not going to be as lucky, but stay tuned. They are a young broker. They are just setting out, and because low fees is one of their key value propositions, I'm sure they'll be lowering their prices for overseas traders pretty soon as well. After regulation, we looked at their trading platform. Again, low fee, no frills broker. They just offer MT4, MT5, which I know you like, although you do miss TradingView. But look, you come to expect that from a low frills broker like DNA Markets.
We did some execution speed tests as well on DNA, on their environment, and they're probably in the top 25% when it comes to that. So that means that the actual slippage is relatively low compared to the other brokers. Makes sense. As they're Australian based, you can understand that they're catering for Australian traders. They understand the latency and the kind of setup that you need in this market. So it was no surprise that for something like automatic trading, they're highly suitable broker.
Yep, okay. And then the last area, and probably the most important area that we covered, was the area of fees. Again, they charge $2.25 per lot per side. So buy side, sell side, so $4.50 for a round turn. That is exceptionally cheap.
And that's Australian dollars. So that's $4.50 Australian, because even some brokers, they'll say $3.50, but that means USD. So obviously the USD is very strong at the moment. So trying to get AUD is always going to be a win. Their spreads, which obviously said is a bit less important compared to commissions, are on par or a bit better than the average brokers. So, kind of hero there when it comes to the spreads. It's a commission that we're focusing on, means that they are the cheapest broker in Australia currently, and why we love them. As a new broker, you can understand that a lot of in the know brokers traders are jumping onto this, because their primary concern is the fees that the broker charges.
Yep. And also, just to add to that, they're regulated by ASIC. So if you're worried about the security and safety of your funds, if you're worried that your trades won't be honoured, you've got nothing to worry about. They are a broker that are regulated by one of the most tier one brokers in the world. Guys, thank you so much for watching. There you have our DNA Markets review. We are on a race to 10,000 subscribers. We've quickly passed about just over 2,000, so we've got quite a way to go. But when we first started creating content about a year ago, we never thought that we'd even get a couple of thousand subscribers, let alone 10,000. So we are being bullish and ambitious, but thank you so much for your support. Please don't hesitate to like, share and subscribe. Tell your friends, and let us know in the comment section down below if there are any other topics or any other new brokers that you'd like us to review on your behalf. Thanks for watching, guys.
Thank you.